So I just got done watching Disney's Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2 short made in 1991. And it's a heartwarming, good little Christmas show for everybody. I totally recommend it. This finds all the characters of the Hundred Acre Wood preparing for Christmas, and they're writing down what they want on a list, and they're gonna send a letter to Santa Claus. Apparently, they send it by wind. I don't know. And of course, Winnie the Pooh is in charge of sending it on the wind. But whatever the wind thing is called that points the, I don't know, the direction. Um, Pooh thinks S means Santa, so he sent it in the S direction, which is wrong. I love Winnie the Pooh mostly because he's a doofus and he cannot control himself around food, kind of like me. Anyway, everyone's pretty upset about it, and then they realize that neither Piglet nor Winnie the Pooh wrote down what they wanted for Christmas, and now they have a problem. No one is going to get what they wanted. They have to, and Pooh's the only one that knows it at this point. You know, he knows the letter got lost. He knows that Tigger wants a thing, Rabbit wants a thing, and Christopher Robin wants a thing, and so he's so uh, intent on fixing what he ruined. Pooh Bear takes it upon himself to make by hand each thing that these characters wanted and deliver it himself, posing as Santa Claus. He gets the beard and the hat. Tigger wanted a super bouncing machine so he could bounce around in the snow. Rabbit wanted a bug sprayer to get rid of the bugs so they stop eating his carrots and wrecking havoc. And Christopher Robin wants a new sled. So he builds them by hand, and he's climbing around and posing as Santa Claus. Ho, 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 you know. And they're all awake waiting for him. Tigger's sitting there just wait. You're supposed to be asleep when Santa comes. Anyway, he comes in and he delivers all the things, right? And he has them fooled for a second. Until they open it up and they start using them and they fall apart almost immediately. And you know, they're realizing that something's off, that perhaps this isn't exactly the Christmas that they were wanting to have. And so by the time both Tigger and Rabbit get their thing and they try to use it and it falls apart, Rabbit is wants to know what's going on. And it's they find Pooh Bear at the top of a hill on a sled. And we got Piglet with antlers attached to the reins. Pooh Bear's got Piglet pulling him up the hill. It's like, this bear is so abusive to his best friend. Like, giddy up, Piglet. Come, come on. Abuse. And so they figure out what happened, and Pooh comes clean, and he says, you know, I'm gonna make this right. We're gonna all write what we want down, and I'm gonna take it to Santa Claus myself. I'm gonna go north. And they're like, okay. They're hesitant, but they're like, okay. And he leaves, and then, you know, they're contemplating it, especially Piglet. He's just kind of sitting there like, I just don't like the feeling of all my friends, you know, being together except Pooh. I don't My best friend isn't here with me on Christmas. That feels wrong to me. And the moral starts to reveal itself, you know. And Pooh Bear loses the letter again and has to come back anyway, but there's a certain amount of uneasiness around the fact that Christmas is about being together with your loved ones and your friends, those who you are closest with. And it's not about the presents, it's not about Santa Claus at the end of the day. It's the togetherness and the love that can bring in the togetherness. And this is sort of the thing they all come together with. And like it happens in every single episode, Christopher Robin comes to save the day. He brings the presents that everyone was wanting, or at least close enough that they're happy about it. Then everyone's together, and they're all just so happy that Christmas is cool, you know. And Pooh Bear knows this. See, Pooh Bear also knows. He sees the bigger picture in almost every problem that the Hundred Acre Wood has, or that any of the other characters have, and it's just really strange to not Like he usually has the right attitude going in, and then it's usually freaking Rabbit or Tigger or someone who just ruins it in the middle, and they end up coming all the way back around for it to make sense. And Pooh Bear had the right perspective the whole time. And anyway, a good message, a good fun little short, and I would recommend it to everybody. Winnie the Pooh and Christmas too.